So here we are.
I'd rather be at school.
But
Ça,
school
c'est
is
traduit.
closed. You have to come with me now. There's no other way.
Someone used to live here?
Not just one person, lots of people. But not all at the same time.
Why didn't they clean up their own stuff?
Bien du courrier, je trouve.
Knock knock. Who's there? Let's get out of here.
You better come inside.
Ah, ils ont tout pété.
It smells like old people in here.
Ça sent le vieux. Ok. Donc là, je suis passée de l'autre côté.
That's Jakob's blue backpack.
Ok.
Why do you even have to renovate it at all?
It's renovate.
On peut tirer sur le papier là, j'en crève bien aussi.
Dad.
Well, because people want to move into a nice apartment.
Can we move into a nice big apartment someday too?
Dilosh, we have a nice apartment. You just have to tidy up sometimes.
Yeah, but that won't make the apartment any bigger.
Help me tear down this wallpaper. We'll be done faster then.
Okay.
How do you turn this stupid thing on? You start working on the wallpaper.
On peut tirer sur le papier peint, ça y est. Oh oui. Un truc satisfaisant.
Look, Dad, all in one piece.
Yeah, just like that.
Ouais, pas tout à fait quand même. Garder le papier peint parce que celui-là est très moche. Hein. Genre peigner par-dessus, c'est pareil.
What should I do again, Dad?
Tear down the wall. Paper.
Oui, une petite lettre.
Dad, look. There's a letter. Who's it from?
Show me.
There's something drawn on it. A treasure map, Dad.
Hold still so I can read it.
It's from a pirate.
There's something here about a flower.
There was a pirate and a gardener? Tell me more.
If I tell you a story about it, will you let me work then?
Okay.
Donc la lettre dit « Et vous, vos orchidées ont une triste mine. Et vous aussi. Besoin d'un peu d'eau, de quelqu'un avec qui parler. » Il laisse un numéro. Salutation depuis l'autre côté.
All right. Many years ago, a botanist lived here. His name was Volya.
But that says Kolya.
That's what I said. So this Kolya guy used to live here. And one day, something really cool happened.
1989.
Here, a bit more water on your roots, Fridolin. But don't drink it all at once. You're always so difficult to reach. Oh, crap! Oh, my head.
Ils ont techniquement un problème de papier peint dans cet appartement. La gueule. Oh, putain.
Why does everything have to be so damn hard? Even gravity's against me.
And now, the news.
I can't take any more bad news.
Hundreds of thousands of Canadians were in the dark for over 9 hours yesterday when a geomagnetic storm overloaded the inferior capitalist control systems.
Things might be a bit more bearable here in the dark.
A representative of the VEW Kombinat Robotron stated today that this situation would never happen to the energy supply in the German Democratic Republic.
Oh, sure. No chance of that happening.
Meanwhile, cleanup work continues in Volkershausen. Following an earthquake, multiple buildings were damaged in the Wartburgkreis district.
Oh, shut up! Why should I ever get up again anyway? When you fall, you can actually just stay lying down if you want. That way, you save yourself the bother of being knocked down again. Everybody wins.
And now, the weather.
I said shut up!
Stormy winds and rain are expected across the country from the early evening.
Yeah, what else?
C'est vraiment une merguez. Il va s'endormir là?
What the? I think I'm seeing ghosts. Eric, close the window. Oh, that's right. You don't have any hands. I have to do everything myself. Come on, Kolya, get off your ass. Oh, Mirko, you could have just closed the window when you suddenly packed up your things and just left me like that. Eric, you little snitch. Did you see anything?
No, nothing here. Nothing at the window either.
Non, il a fumé un peu
Thank you,
trop, je crois.
Eric.
Donc là, on est... Et il y a un mur entre nous et le... Tu peux pas fermer la fenêtre?
It wasn't a ghost after all. Something really did flutter in. A paper plane with writing on it. What is this? Airmail from the west? Did Mirko leave the window open when he left? Or was it me? Last week? Hey, you there. Your orchid's head is hanging very low. So's yours.
Donc c'est le message qu'on a trouvé
Do you
dans,
maybe
pas-
need
dans,
some
dans le
water?
dans le mur.
Or someone to talk to? Ah, there's a telephone number. And there's more. Greetings from the other side? They're asking if I need someone to talk to, Eric. Someone actually went through the trouble of throwing a paper aeroplane over the wall. Over the wall! Then it lands in the hands of the biggest loser
Y a un
east of the
morpion!
west.
Don't be so hard on yourself, comrade. At least you're reliable. At consistently failing.
C'est quand même dessiné une fleur sur son
Oh,
pinceau.
thank you. Very empathetic, Eric. There's a phone number here. Do you know what that means?
Based on the area code, this number is from the other side. In other words, a fascist number. Calling it would be an incredibly stupid idea.
Thanks for the assessment, Eric.
T'en parles quand même au poisson rouge, hein.
Don't even think about it, Kolya.
And how exactly are you going to stop me, Eric?
Alors, 1. La cave de Kurt. 2 sous-marins possibles. 3 dirigeables près de l'aéroport. 4 vers la mer, voie d'eau. 5 voitures. Construction de la frontière nationale. Confoutage du tunnel 5 mètres. Extérieur 162 km. Fossé anti-véhicule 92 km. Bande de contrôle. Bande sable 165 km. Route de surveillance 172. Éclairage tour d'observation et poste de commandement 180 unités. Barbelé 30. Clôture électrique avec alarme 180. Mur intérieur 68 qui participe. Moi, counter, Gabi du kiosque, Cool Kurtz, peut-être Fritz. Demandez à nouveau de boîtes de soignes. Donc il les essaye de faire passer quelque chose. Ou quelqu'un. À l'ouest.
Hey Eric, any news from down there? Spotted any bandits looking to fleece the Republic?
The anti-fascist protection rampart will still be standing in 50 years, 100 years even, if the reasons behind it haven't been resolved.
Be careful, Eric. Your can of food is far away and you can't get to it by yourself. Window after window. A neo-Gothic church made of brick. I see it every day from over here, but I'd really like to see it from the inside.
C'est
Who
de l'autre
knows?
côté.
Maybe someday. Television tower. Triumph of socialist construction. The people down below wouldn't have thrown the plane, or would they? Can't see anything.
C'est marqué avec les grosses flèches.
The building down there probably used to be a cinema. I wonder what it's like over there, on the other side of the wall. I guess we'll never know. At least, not in the next 50 or 100 years. Ah, it must be the window. I can't see anyone. Echo's toad lily. He left it behind. Just like me and you. Right, Eric?
If you would want to leave, why didn't you, Kolja? With Mirko? You know why. You belong here.
Je peux prendre mes jumelles pour regarder? Personne n'a l'intention de construire un mur. Pourtant il est là. Hein. Putain, c'est un gros dégueulasse, il a laissé son assiette à côté de son lit. ABCD. Bob Dylan. J'aime.
Oof,
Alors.
this place could do with some airing out. I could try giving the number a call.
That might be a Western spy. Don't fall for it.
Ok. Alors, aucun commentaire sur le pain qui est en train de moisir. Pourquoi la baignoire est dans la cuisine?
I don't need this. I just showered this morning.
Attends, quoi?
What's the worst that could happen? I'll just hang up again if I need to.
Mais quelle invention incroyable, j'ai besoin de ça dans ma salle de bain. Ouais, et il bouffe des trucs en boîte. Super, trop bien. Ok, donc là on a aéré. Pour ouvrir la boîte à gâteaux de mamie, on a tous connu. un truc dans le frigo? Monsieur, il faut vider le frigo quand il commence à y avoir des trucs moisis dedans, en fait. Appelez le numéro. Ok.
Gotta admit, I'm a little bit curious about who sent this paper plane with a phone number on it.
Donc je l'ai accroché sur le mur, le truc, carrément. Ok. Bah go appeler le numéro.
Comrade, don't you dare. Stop right now.
Don't think anyone will answer anyway. Collier dials a number, nobody picks up, end of story.
Long distance exchange position 23.
Yes, Christiansen. A call to West Berlin, please.
All lines are currently busy. I'll note down your number. We'll call you back when a line becomes available. Thank you.
Ah bah c'est super, merci.
Well, that's
Merci du
socialism
service.
in action for
Je
you.
paye pour ça en plus.
It'll be 3 days before they call me back. Eric, cancel your report. Nobody picked up. That only leaves one thing. I could try sending a paper plane myself. Know anything about paper planes, Eric?
Neither an ox nor a donkey is able to stop the progress of socialism.
Thanks. Very helpful.
On parle à un putain de poisson rouge. Y'a rien qui va?
It must be the window. I can't see anyone.
Ok. On peut pas ramasser notre... J'ai pas de papier. Pas prendre un papier là? Ils sont dans un sale état ces capes, tu sais.
If only I knew how to fold a paper plane.
Seulement je savais faire un avion en papier. C'est simple mec.
Oh, something just occurred to me. Mirko's niece left her activity book here. Perfect.
Vous nous apprendre à faire un avion en papier là?
Of the fascism that's swallowing us, Collier.
Hey, shut your gills, yeah?
Let's go!
Oh, I never knew there were so many ways to fold a piece of paper.
C'est vrai.
I'm choosing this model. Looks like it's the easiest. Oh, what should I even write? Alright, let's see. Hello, mysterious stranger. Thank you for your letter. I'm afraid water alone won't be enough. At least, not for me. The orchid is not actually an orchid, it is in fact a toad lily. My old housemate left it behind along with me. No, I better leave out that part. Okay. Somehow, I now feel like I'm being watched. Who are you anyway? Best wishes, Collier. Now
This
make a
ain't for me.
fold here. Another one here. And kids are supposed to be able to do this? Mirko's
Ah bah si
niece
un enfant
couldn't
y
have
arrive,
done
on est
it
obligé
better
d'y arriver.
herself.
Hein.
Alright, I think that's it. Knowing my luck, no one's going to read it anyway. One side's turned out a bit wonky. I hope it doesn't affect the aerodynamics.
Oh, good Lenin. This is ridiculous.
Il faut que je retourne dans mon salon pour lancer.
Now, just to aim it correctly.
Oh yeah, we we know you're like that.
Here it goes. Woohoo! I would have been surprised if I'd gotten it right the first time. Now, just to aim it correctly.
Oh yeah, we know you're like that. This can only...
Eric, you did it! You actually did it! I didn't plan this far ahead. I guess it's best to continue where I left off earlier, with the plants in my room.
Ouais, c'est peut-être bien aussi. On parle au poisson rouge encore?
Yes, Eric?
Let this be a warning, Kolya. There's no place for this scandalous behavior of yours.
Je vais le balancer par la fenêtre.
Oh, you
T'as rien à me
poor
dire, t'as un putain de
plants.
poisson.
You look really thirsty. Don't end up like me. Well, there's no real need for botanists under socialism. But you could still make something of yourselves. Hello, Maurice. As noisy as always, I see. You could do with a trim here and there. Not too much, though.
C'est aussi
You know
facile
how
que
it
c'est
is.
dans la vraie vie.
Lop
Puis
off too
on
much,
aurait plein d'écran.
and you'll be a goner. I don't need to tell you about that, Sabrina.
Il a nommé chacune de ses plantes, c'est trop bien.
And you, Richard, you're just as withered as I am. Us two, always waiting our turn, never making a fuss. Work in the morning, home in the evening. To hell with it. We're better than that. No, my disappearing housemate still hasn't reported back. His letter must be still in the mail. Sorry, the idea's just too funny for me. But don't worry, I'm not like Mirko. I won't abandon you. None of you is dying on my watch. I believe in integrity and loyalty. I don't shirk my responsibilities, unlike some people. Mirko's toad lily. He left it behind. Just like me and you. Right, Eric?
If you would want to leave, why didn't you, Kolya? With Mirko? You know why. You belong here.
Donc mon pote s'est barré sans moi. Et il a plus jamais donné de nouvelles. Il a beaucoup trop de plantes, le monsieur. Est-ce qu'il y a d'autres plantes à arroser?
Don't worry, my dears. I'll take care of you now.
Apparemment pas. C'est rudimentaire. Là.
But if everybody runs away and only thinks about themselves, who's going to think about me? So that's enough drink for now, my friends. Oh, what's that?
C'est smooth, ça.
Give it back, you thief. Hello, Collier. Good aim, and I would know. After all, I did win the German paper aeroplane championship when I was 12. My name's Lou. I do art for a living. Well, part of a profession is presumably being able to afford to eat from it. Well, it's not all roses over here either. More like toad lilies. Preferably no water, I understand. Maybe we could both use some schnapps. With that, best wishes to you and the toad. Enclosed is a picture of you both. This is how I imagine you, Collier. I Like people with sad eyes. Sad eyes. That was blazing anger. Actually, you're not wrong, Lou. But you could have just as easily focused on my prominent chin.
Bien visé. Et j'en sais quelque chose. Après tout, j'ai remporté le championnat d'Allemagne d'avion en papier à 12 ans. Je m'appelle Lu. Je vais lui trouver un autre nom. Je suis artiste de profession. Une profession implique sans doute, entre autres, de pouvoir subvenir à ses besoins grâce à elle. Ici non plus, tout n'est pas rose. On est plus proche du lit crapaud. Il y a des petits problèmes de trad, je pense. De préférence sans eau, je crois comprendre. On pourrait en prendre un verre ou deux. Sur l'amitié à vous et au crapaud, si je joue une fois. Il a rejoué derrière.
I can't just stand here doing nothing. Or can I? I can't craft the same plane again. That would be embarrassing. Then again, I have two clumsy mitts where my hands should be.
Kolja, if you're as motivated at work as you are when making paper planes, you'd already be a hero of that.
C'est le
I easily make up for my lack of talent with my
poisson qui
massive
me dit comment
inaptitude,
penser.
coupled
Ça
with
va.
an unusually long and persistent losing streak. So, hello Lou. I'm
Bonjour.
a late bloomer when it comes to paper planes. Here's a portrait of you in return. I did it in a more of a deconstructivist style. I'd send you a shot of schnapps, but it wouldn't work. I think it would disrupt the airflow. But maybe I have a better idea. Dinner? You at your place, me at mine. This evening? Yes, no, maybe. Then we can open up a bottle together and send our planes flying off into the sunset. Are you in? This is probably the dumbest idea of all time.
Disons que notre destin
Or
n'était pas
the best.
de rejoindre les experts en
But
avion
probably
papier.
the dumbest.
Voici un portrait de vous. Le style est plutôt déconstructiviste. Je vous enverrai bien de l'alcool, mais ça ne marcherait pas. Cela perturberait le flux d'air. Mais j'ai une meilleure idée. Un dîner, chez vous, chez moi, ce soir. Oui, non, peut-être. J'adore le fait qu'il fait comme des enfants de 4 ans dans l'école, dans la classe. Donc, on vient avoir une bouteille et laisser nos avions s'envoler vers le coucher de soleil. C'est même.
Now that I'm holding the plane in my hands, I might as well try sending it. It's really important to aim well this time.
Alors, il y a du vent.
Time to fly. You can do it.
Non, je vais me prendre le mur.
Okay, new model
Oh,
delivers on
ça
its
va.
promises. Now that I've suggested dinner, I should probably go check that I have enough food.
I
Alors,
hope
on a
you
vu
can
ton
come
frigo.
up with something
Ça
better than the
pue.
stuff that you serve me.
Qu'est-ce que t'as, le poscaille?
Kolja, my dear, don't stick your nose in things you know nothing about.
How nice to be blessed with your wisdom.
Faut prendre vos cachets, monsieur. Parce qu'il faut arrêter de parler aux poissons.
There should probably be at least 3 courses. Yesterday's leftovers are in the oven, or are they from the day before? I could make something out of that.
Sors ce qu'il y a du four, c'est ça?
Ugh, I'd rather cut my stinky socks into slices and eat them instead of this leftover cheese.
Mets-le à la poubelle!
Vanilla pudding. Oh, only 2 days out of date. It's still good.
Tu l'as mangé à moitié, frérot. Entrée, plat principal, dessert et digestif.
Oh no!
Très important, le
it's
digestif.
alive!
Oui, il est vivant. Tu veux pas faire ta vaisselle? Ah, j'avais oublié que c'était la baignoire. c'est la baignoire. J'étais premier degré, c'est un putain de placard.
Nothing usable here. Looks like we're having a warm-up act from the kitchen this evening, not a headliner. A warm-up act nobody wants to see.
Alors, il prend soin de ses plantes, mais alors la bouffe...
Ew. Well, who needs vitamins anyway?
Non, j'ai déjà fait le frigo. Pourquoi il veut que je retourne au frigo? Non, ouais, je peux rien faire d'autre. Et dans le garde-manger. Ah, faut que je ferme la fenêtre. Prendre.
Soyanka soup, Soyanka soup. All I see is Soyanka soup. Ah, I don't think Lou will accept my invitation.
T'as un bocal de
But
cornichons,
maybe
c'est
it's
déjà
time
ça.
to check what I've got to eat anyway. I still need to get something in my belly today either way.
Bah, c'est de la soupe, mec. Et ça, c'est incroyable. Mieux que rien.
Not exactly the best selection from the cellar. The reply's already here, or the rejection, should I say. Lou writes, dinner this evening? Lou checked off maybe. In brackets, only joking, I'm in. Here's a menu suggestion. Lasagna from yesterday.
Il a gagné, le morpion!
For dessert, third absinthe, a nightcap. Also for dessert, what have you got on offer? P.S. Here's a puzzle. Well, do you know what it is? Ha ha, typical West German. Lou's menu doesn't sound that much better than what I've got here.
Ah bah,
Maybe I
c'est
could
sûr, mec.
spice up the lasagna with a certain ingredient.
Lire. Donc, le dîner ce soir, il a répondu peut-être. Je plaisante, comptez sur moi. Voici une utilisation de menu. Lasagne de la veille, banana split en dessert, absinthe en dernier verre même en dessert. Que proposez-vous? PS. 5 devinettes.
Herbs actually go really well with lasagna, and they're light too. Lovage, a bit of that, very good. That'll give Lou's lasagna the finishing touch. And now I'll pack it in the next letter. I need a model with a cargo hold for herbs. Oh my, I wonder if this is gonna work. Lou, that sounds like an exquisite menu suggestion. Lasagna tastes even better next day anyway. At least
C'est très
that's
vrai.
what I heard somewhere. I've attached an ingredient to spice it up. Lovage, fresh from the windowsill. It should give your old lasagna an intense, hearty flavour. I just looked in my kitchen cupboard. It's Solyanka soup for me today, yet again. Mirko always used to eat it, often and with relish. P.S. Of course I know an orange when I see one.
Le sens de l'humour. Je peux
Alright,
regarder?
let's try to smuggle this valuable cargo into the West.
Oh my
Les
heart.
meilleurs
It's
coups. Passé 24 heures. Ce que j'ai lu, entendu, j'ai ajouté un petit... Pourquoi il parle de son pote? C'est trop bizarre. Ah, il y a du vent encore.
If I stand around here, the herbs will have a chance to dry at least.
Bah.
Careful, this time the plane is loaded. With a few grams. Or milligrams. It's a little windier than before.
Attends, faut que je passe là-dedans. No!
There you go, my lovely herbs. Fortunately, I have some more. Careful, this time the plane is loaded. With a few grams.
Ok.
garnish their food with my delicious herbs. Careful, this time the plane is loaded, with a few grams, or milligrams.
Donc ouais, il est vachement plus lourd. Donc en vrai, si je vise par là... J'aurais peut-être... Ah ouais, non, j'ai pas touché le...
Just a little higher. Ah, again.
Je suis beaucoup trop bas.
Ah, again.
Putain, c'est fou.
Won't do. Another measly throw and Lou will have to eat very bland lasagna. Ah, again.
Yes.
The herbs have been delivered direct to the apartment.
First try.
Now, off to the kitchen with you, chef. This gourmet menu isn't going to cook itself.
Why don't you make some food for me?
Poisson rouge.
Just remember, the higher you climb, the farther you fall.
Speak for yourself, Eric.
Ok. Qu'est-ce que je fais maintenant? Donc ça c'est moi et ça c'est mon pote... C'est pas Maurice qui s'appelle mais... Préparer le dîner. Quelle horreur.
A bit of heat never hurt a dish. Unless it's meant to be served cold, of course. So, 160 degrees should do it. How about, for a change, we have, surprise, solyanka soup. Opening it makes me think about Mirko. Did Mirko actually eat anything else apart from solyanka soup? He wasn't exactly gifted in the kitchen, but he was actually a good friend. Mostly. Ah, the pudding's already made, conveniently. You remind me of my upper arms.
Mais je sais pas, fais quelque chose mec. Laisse pas ton pudding comme ça.
The beer goes in the fridge. I can't forget that. Otherwise the whole thing will be ruined.
Tu vas l'oublier dans le frigo, t'inquiète. Elle aura le temps d'exploser d'ici là.
I'm excited to see whether Lou wrote me back.
Est-ce qu'il m'a répondu? Non, il m'a pas répondu.
A reply.
Ah, ça a traversé la porte. Hein. Stop, Jean-Michel. Je me vais te courir après.
The plane landed in the middle of Mirko's bed. Like half of East Berlin, it feels like. Let's see. Dear Mr. Gourmet. Thank you, very considerate. And what a performance, sending the plane and cargo sailing to me through the window. Thanks. Now there's nothing standing in the way of a delicious meal. It also gave me another idea of how we could spice things up even more. How about playing a little prank on the knuckleheads down on the wall? Maybe you'll come up with something while you're folding your next plane. If you do it, I might tell you an embarrassing fact about myself. I'll grab my binoculars. Eric, did you hear that? She wants me to prank the border guards.
Il a gagné!
They'll be standing outside my door in 5 minutes and then I am screwed.
It won't just be you. They will make fish sticks out of me.
Ça sera bien fait pour toi le poisson.
There must be some really crazy model in here.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, the guards are going to feed us to the dogs when they catch you.
Well, we have... Dear Mr. Head of Surveillance. Why does a travie only have one tailpipe? If it had two, you'd at least be able to use it as a wheelbarrow. Greetings from a law-abiding citizen. Is this a breach of the peace or just disorderly
Je suis responsable de la surveillance.
With your
Pourquoi?
bad luck, you are begging to be caught.
Seul pot d'échappement. Si elle en avait deux, elle pourrait au moins servir de bouée de salutation. Ceci n'est pas un mur.
Eric?
You should do good deeds for socialism, because socialism leads to a better life for all working people.
Ah, thanks, Eric. You just helped me with a really important decision there.
Il faut que je l'envoie là. C'est super compliqué.
The binoculars. Ah, what do I see here? Ah, that target looks particularly difficult. You'd need real flying talent to land one right there. So I'd be hopeless at it. This is the time and the place. I'm just lacking the resolve to do it. Precision and decisiveness. A textbook throw, and in this wind. I'm starting to get good enough to enter the German championship myself. The only question is, which Germany? Stay calm, just stay calm.
Haha, you suckers! Keep looking for people fleeing the Republic.
Oh, well, that was a close one. Today's finally starting to be fun. All right then, on with the show. Time to put on my glad rags.
Ok. Qu'est-ce qu'il a à nous dire le poisson?
What now, Eric?
You should live a clean and decent life.
Mais je t'emmerde en fait.
Family.
Okay, I think I'll reconsider giving you your food. Maybe you can go another day without. Well, what do we have
c'est nous.
here? This is probably my nicest jacket. I wonder if it'll impress Lou. In any case, red is a stylish colour. Mirko's favourite anorak. Why is this thing hanging in my closet? Or was that my doing? I suppose I don't have to be so strict about who owns what.
De toute façon, il est parti, donc on va lui prendre ses affaires.
I like the South Pacific charm. This looks really dreamy.
tous les cas, c'est super moche.
Hopefully I'll make some sort of an impression with this. Luckily, Lou can barely see me from there.
On a mis toutes les... Ah, mais c'est pour ça que c'était encore accroché au mur. Mais il s'est passé quoi après? Est-ce que c'est resté au mur? Mais là... Est-ce que ma soupe a brûlé?
I'd like to see what Lou's written.
These fleshy clothes are not so bad, Kolja.
Ah, merci. Où est-ce que ça atterrit?
Lou wanted to tell me a big secret.
Il a atterri où l'avion? Je suis trop conne ou pas?
I just have to take a tiny little peek at the letter Lou's just written to me.
Bah ouais, mais j'aimerais bien savoir où elle est.
Lou writes, dinner this evening? Lou checked off maybe. In brackets, only joking, I'm in.
Ça m'a fait redire
Here's
celle-là.
a menu suggestion. Lasagna from yesterday. 2. Banana split for dessert. 3rd, absinthe, a nightcap, also for dessert. What have you got on offer? P.S. Here's a puzzle. Well, do you know what it is? Ha ha, typical West German. Lou's menu doesn't sound that much better than what I've got here. Maybe I could spice up the lasagna with a certain ingredient.
Je sais pas ce qu'il y a là-bas. Pourquoi Bah, je vois pas où il a atterri le dernier. J'ai mis un truc. C'est la merde bleue.
Now I want to know what Lou wrote.
Ouais, moi aussi j'aimerais savoir mec, mais je vois pas où il a envoyé l'avion. Je vais quand même pas reload pour... Parce que je sais pas, je vais pas passer 15 minutes à chercher un bout de papier. J'espère que... Je me suis pas changée. Si, je me suis changée. Je suis exactement au même endroit, c'est ça?
I'd like to see what Lou's written.
Oh, bah j'aurais pu le chercher pendant très longtemps.
Lou writes, I saw it. You really did it. I I suppose I should honor my debt. So here's an embarrassing truth about me. I collect chips. Yes, potato chips. I have a whole collection already. The key thing for me is they have to have an unusual shape. They have to remind me of something. For example, a certain person. I have never, ever, ever told anyone that. Luckily, nobody's asked me about it either. Now a question for you.
Magnifique mur.
Where would you go if it wasn't for the concrete architectural wonder and bad tempers down there? If you could go anywhere, where would you go?
Où est-ce qu'on irait?
That's easy.
Comment ça c'est facile? Donc, c'est des dessins de chips. Chacun fait ce qu'il veut.
I was lying on the floor just 2 hours ago. Today's been the best day in a long time. Now all we need is the right sound. Let's see, what would go best with our dinner? A mix of pop music. You can't go wrong with that, right?
One of my favorite tapes. Mirko listened to it over and over.
Ok.
These jazz improvisations could set an intellectual mood for the evening.
The perfect song for a cozy evening by the window.
Ok.
Punk rock. Not romantic, but it suits the weather.
Not even I can say anything against a bit of life-affirming punk rock.
Franchement, la
You
première.
really
Hein.
want to stay a hippie forever, Kolja? Forever? And ever?
A mix of pop music, and it goes. If I turn it up loud enough, Lou might be able to hear it. The light is on, but I can't see her. It's quite cozy here. All that's missing now is Lou.
Son album d'avion là. Album d'avion en papier. C'est grave. Manger avec la bouffe de son poisson rouge.
Oh, Eric, I didn't mean to forget about you. You should get something to munch on too. I should probably let Lou know that I'm ready to start when she is. I need a robust model for this store. The red kite. How fitting. Okay, time for the truth. Let's go, Kolja. It's now or never. Lou, dinner is ready. Let's get this started. You told me an embarrassing fact. Where do you even store the chips? Now, I'll tell you mine. When Mirko bolted, he asked me whether I was going to come with him. I said no. My work, which I hate, my apartment, a complete dump. And anyway, what would happen to my plants? I had a lot of reasons, but really, I was just scared. I'm a coward. That's how another plane, and then we can get started. Oh, I'm so nervous. And I'm starving too.
Comme
I
il
haven't
m'a
felt this
demandé
alive
si
in months.
Mon appartement. En tout cas, merveilleusité. Je sens pas. Je suis tout mouillée. Tout porté avec froid. Évidemment, j'aimerais bien partir d'ici. En Italie, peut-être. L'Italie. Très bien, très bon choix, l'Italie.
It's getting windier. That's not going to make aiming it any easier.
Alors.
Well then, get to it. Hopefully the plane won't get completely soggy in the rain.
Oopsie.
Just great. I pour my heart out and the plane goes and lands in the mud. Once more.
Ok, ça... Wow.
So obvious that the letter wouldn't arrive. Of course it would start getting stormy now. Once more.
Alors, je sais pas. Faut quand même que je lance par là. Je pense. Entre les deux. Impossible.
So obvious that the letter wouldn't arrive. Of course it would start getting stormy now. Oh, come on!
This went bad, as always.
I thought I'd get lucky for once. That something would work out just one time. It's just turned into another complete disaster. I knew it. I shouldn't have even tried in the first place.
Quoi?
The phone. Ugh. That's all I need right now.
Mais on pouvait pas du tout envoyer la lettre? Oh, stop. Hein. Il y a encore des téléphones là.
Christiansen?
You requested a call to West Berlin. The line is now free. I'm connecting you.
I'd completely forgotten.
Wow!
Hi.
Lou?
Well, that was a complete disaster.
Sure was. Hi. Let's make the best of it. Do you want to have dinner over the phone?
Yeah, sure. That's a splendid idea, Kolya.
Donc ils ont quand même eu un rencard au téléphone. Hein. Il est fort, le gars.
And what happened next? Did they fall in love?
On est retourné en
Did they
début.
kiss too?
How am I supposed to know? Probably. But they visited each other first. And then they realized that they both liked cheesy pop songs.
Like you sometimes.
They started tearing the wall down 1 year later, actually. There's almost nothing of it left today.
I want to keep the paper airplane.
You do that, but then I have to carry on here.
No, tell me more, Dad.
We had a deal, Dilash.
Okay. I can see the TV tower. I wonder if anything exciting happened in the other apartments too.
Alors certainement, mais beaucoup moins fine que chez toi.
I've never seen such a big picture. That's where Lou threw the paper planes from. Wow, the apartment is ginormous.
They used to build big. Then they put in walls, so there were more apartments.
Thought the room looked better before.
I thought the apartment looked better before too. That's how they want it now. At least the old stove can't stand it.
Faut que je peigne tout là maintenant? Ou faut que j'en mette absolument partout? Alors là. C'est très mal écrit. Mais c'est écrit. On peut ouvrir la porte?
Boring.
Pourquoi il y a des trucs derrière? C'est quoi ces conneries?
Why would anyone need this much space?
It's more for rich people.
Too bad. Can we be rich someday too?
We'll have to renovate a lot of apartments for that. Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, I'll be careful.
C'est quoi?
Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, I'll be careful. Hmm? I found something.
What is it this time?
Star made of straw. But in the stove? Why would anyone want to burn it?
Well, maybe it got really cold in here.
How stupid. They should have just turned the heat up.
Ah, peut-être qu'ils avaient pas de chauffage à
No, you
l'époque.
see, after the war, for example, there was no heating. Everything was broken.
But if everything was broken, then the star would be broken too. And the stove and the people.
Maybe that's no ordinary star.
A magic star.
I think you might be right.
Silent Night, 1945. Tout de suite plus cute. Mathilda.
Matilda? Matilda?
Huh?
Oh, you're daydreaming again.
I'm so looking forward to Christmas. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
There's still something to do first.
Mom, the food smells good. Where did you get the turnips?
From the Zunbrunn station. Cargo trains pass through there. With provisions for the Russians.
Il faut que je décore tout l'appartement, si j'ai bien compris.
The neighbor gave us nettle tea because Lucas was coughing so badly in the hallway. Would Dad be upset that Mom traded in her wedding ring?
I stood for hours in the cold. A sentry watched me.
Il faut que je retrouve la place de chaque objet. Contrôle.
One for me, one for Mom.
When the train came, I asked him if I could have something. Matilda,
Did I do something wrong?
Who's the fourth plate for? Can't you count?
But I thought... Because it's Christmas. And Dad's surely on his way.
You really do believe in Christmas miracles. All right.
Faut y croire un petit peu.
When the train came, I asked him if I could have something. First he mocked me, but then he threw 2 turnips from the carriage.
That's good at least.
If you can get something, then you take it. Got it? Laughter passes by, but a turnip in the belly lasts. Yeah? The plates in the basket need to be laid out on the table.
Ok, qu'est-ce qu'il me reste? J'ai les bougies.
Will we do a hoarding trip again?
There are barely any trains running at all.
Where's Dad going to sleep when he comes home? I wonder what's happened to the man with the funny voice. I haven't heard him for a long while.
Leave it be, Matilda. He doesn't speak anymore. They play more music.
Qu'est-ce qu'il me reste? Il me reste ça.
Can't we go visit Aunt Lottie in the countryside again? See the cows?
It's not much better there either. We're staying here. This is our home.
We'll make it pretty. Besides, if we move, Dad won't be able to find us when he comes home.
La boîte à musique.
Do you have to move rubble again tomorrow as well?
Yes, there are only 8 women there today. We'll get more food stamps if we can free up the wall by New Year.
Can I come too? I'm strong.
It's no work for children. Your eyes water from all the dust, and you can barely breathe, and you'll find awful things in the rubble. No, it's no work for children. Leave the food stamps there. They need to last us the next 14 days.
Mom, are these stems for chocolate too?
Rarely. That Crook Conrad would rather sell them for cigarettes.
What can you get for cigarettes?
Good stuff, and things you can't buy with stamps. Real flour, bacon, sugar. The black market is a real Santa Claus.
Mom, the Christmas tree looks so sad.
Nonsense. Can we eat?
I need decorations for the tree. Can I go into the locked room? Please?
There's nothing in there for children.
There's so many odds and ends lying around in there. Then I'll be a rubble woman too.
All right. Bet put something warm on. Just this once though.
Yeah. I'll promise. I'll be back soon, Mom.
Donc il faut qu'on aille chercher des décorations.
Hey! Thanks. See you in a minute.
dans une autre ambiance.
All right then, let's have a look.
Let's have a look.
Whoa. Might be useful to light fires. An old telephone? Wir Deutschen für... I can't make out the rest.
Les Allemands,
But it's pretty.
Rien d'autre. Ok.
Rations, supplies? It looks a little like Mom's housekeeping plan.
Pain, jambon, saucisse, soupe, ragoût de légumes, biscuits sac. Ok.
Empty. But good for glittering stars.
Ok, si j'en allume une, les autres s'éteignent. J'en prenais pas trop.
Boring books. No magic or fairies. But there's something underneath. Dad's medals. But today they are Christmas tree balls.
Pas mal leur recyclage.
That was painted for Mom and Dad's wedding. She really liked it. But she cries now when she sees it.
Oui, parce que le daron, il devait pas être un très gentil. Oh putain, le no fun.
So shiny, but what can I do with these?
Rien, tu peux rien faire avec ça. C'est-
Oh, cow poop. Now they're stuck behind the lid. He promised to teach me how to play the piano after the war. Perfect. That'll be great. If I carefully... Oh, how wonderful. Mom probably forgot that we had these.
Oh, je pense qu'elle a préféré, ouais. Je peux pas y aller?
Apparently the previous tenant gave us this as a gift, but we never used it. The nest has been empty for months. I hope the birds are doing well. A map. I don't really understand what it's for, but it looks nice.
Finally, there you are. We are waiting.
Almost done. I just have to decorate the Christmas tree.
I don't want them in the house. Maybe we can sell them for some money. Come on, sit down. We want to celebrate Christmas now.
Wonderful. Nothing to complain about there.
Il est immonde, mon sapin.
They look great.
On va pas utiliser ça et on va pas utiliser ça. Il faut tout mettre. Je sais pas.
There are no tangerines this year, so couldn't I just painted a few stones instead?
Je sais pas.
Hands on the table. We are still civilized people.
Mom, did Dad kill people? I asked you something. Mom,
Ask him yourself when he's back.
when will he be back?
Eat your soup.
Will we always be hungry now?
Matilda, you're ruining Christmas dinner for us with all your questions. One last time. Eat your soup. And keep your mouth shut.
But Dad wasn't a hero.
Your father was an honorable man. What was he supposed to do? We didn't know any of that. We don't have any more, Matilda. Nothing. And I don't have any energy left to feel ashamed. We should never have returned to Berlin. Everything's supposed to be the way it used to be. Lucas, why don't you play us something on your recorder?
Yes, Mom.
On t'écoute, jeune bébé.
Your father would have liked that.
On mange à la soupe. C'est presque faux, mec. Ah, stop. Je parle entendre Silent machin, Silent Night pendant 2h30, ça va aller.
Why did Matilda's mom lie?
Maybe she thought it was the truth. Somehow. Things often look different in retrospect.
Yeah, like in school. Sometimes I see things differently too. Like after math quiz.
School is important. Don't get into any trouble.
It was just a joke. I'll make it cozy for us.
La pleine jouée. Ah, le chevalier, je veux le chevalier. Bim. Bim. Le crocodile. Elle s'est fait un petit château fort. C'est cute.
I'm so bored here.
Pilar, what am I supposed to do about...
Sad. Bam!
Non! On peut le lancer là-dedans. Excusez-moi.
That was close.
Je pense pas qu'on puisse faire...
It wouldn't be so boring if there were other kids here.
Not right now, sorry.
When can we go back to school?
No one knows. Soon, hopefully.
We'll definitely be finished with the apartment by then.
Ouais, pourquoi elle est pas à l'école?
The fridge is stinky, Dad. Giles, you're in for it now. Dad, come quickly. Dad,
What is it?
look, a photo. I found it.
Lieberman?
There's a year on it. 1933.
That's interesting. I think only very few people had cameras back then.
So, a photographer hid it here.
Yeah, maybe. But 1933? That wasn't a good time.
Huh? How come? They had enormous apartments.
1933 wasn't like any other year in Germany.
Tell me.
It'll take a while.
That doesn't matter, Dad.
Sweet Case 1933.
I will miss you, my little friend. You know that I am a man of few words. Go. You are free. Go on now. The sun shines the same on rich and poor. That's the ticket. Have adventures. Make new friends. The world is your oyster. I will leave your door open, and you can leave whenever you want. How does that sound? The telephone. That must be Esther. Yes, I'm coming. This old man's not as spry as he used to be.
Joseph?
Esther?
I'm on my way now. Once I arrive, come down to the street when I sound my horn.
Must we? Really? I am old, Esther. And I do not feel like making such a long journey.
I know, Joseph. For a fossil like you, it is a trek. Take your time. I will be waiting. Have you packed yet?
I really don't know what I should pack, Esther.
Do not worry, Joseph. We made a list together, remember? It should be next to the telephone.
Yes, I have it here. Thank you, Esther. What would I do without you?
Pack your things. Until then, Joseph.
Warm jacket, passport, lucky shoes, grandfather's pocket watch, razor, journal, and maybe my treasured camera. Where should I even begin?
On prend la liste avec nous.
Uncle Benjamin with the twins. A shame we lost contact with each other. My parents on their wedding day. I am glad that they don't have to experience any of what's going on here. A landscape by a painter who was always sitting on the bridge. What became of him? I haven't seen him for a while.
Avec des photos de fleurs. Okay.
For 65 years, I had no problem sleeping, and yet I have had many sleepless nights over the last few weeks. A lot of memories, but I can't take them all with me. I found this picture in a thrift store. Nothing but worthless trinkets. I have already packed some pants. I don't need any more shirts. I have already packed enough undershirts. This is it, my favorite jacket. Look, the badge from my old employer is still here. It's been an eternity.
On a une Snapchat, là.
This jacket takes up quite a lot of space.
Ouais, ça
However, I can
place.
also gather everything up first and then see what fits. I am still missing a few items from the list.
Qu'est-ce qui me manque? Donc j'ai pris la veste. Il me faut le passeport, les chaussures, la montre, le rasoir et le journal. C'est ça le journal?
Plutonia by Vladimir Bruchev. I love Russian adventure novels. Hopefully, I'll also find some in France. My first cinema ticket. It was Der Raubmord am Spandauer Schifffahrtskanal in 1896, the Edison Theater on Friedrichstraße. I knew straight away that that was the life for me. My second home, before the fire.
Ah, est-ce que c'est le cinéma qu'on voit depuis la fête? On va pas emmener les assiettes, hein.
The old dishware from my parents' wedding. I have no idea if they're still valuable. I would like to take them with me, but they would never arrive intact.
Je te le dis, aujourd'hui, ça vaut de l'argent.
I don't want to take any of these things. I have a distinguished Pinot Gris from 1928. It isn't kosher though, but nobody needs to know.
En vrai, tu finis la bouteille et puis c'est bon.
For the longest time, I have wanted to take on this door. It has become stiffer and stiffer since I have lived here, and at some point, it won't be able to be opened at all. The only joy of leaving things behind is that you also leave behind your unfinished projects. I can't see my hand in front of my face.
Il faut que j'allume la lumière? C'est ça la lumière?
You can't see much in the red light, but it protects the sensitive film. I have loved photography ever since I was young. Ever since I discovered that all a movie projector does is show lots of photos in a row, and that it even uses the same material, it was clear to me that I needed my own gear. But I had to save first. I didn't have any money back then. You can always use a razor, no matter where you go. Here, look, I had completely forgotten. This photograph is from the Great Depression. I had come up with a few things to give people their cinema experience. Movies are especially important when people are going through hard times.
Pas retourner la photo? Back in Inception, hein? Prise ou pas, je tiens à ce que les gens profitent du cinéma, tout le monde peut payer. Je peux l'enlever. Ensemble, nous sommes capables de nous relever. Il a ouvert son cinéma à tout le monde. Okay.
Must I decide? Some of these things I could simply buy again. Others are irreplaceable. I could probably go without the razor. It would be a shame to leave these photographs here. This jacket takes up quite a lot of space.
Donc j'ai le rasoir.
However, I can also gather everything up first and then see what fits. What's the next item on the list? How many hours have I spent here in the workshop? For nothing? I have always enjoyed repairing things myself, though. I probably won't be needing this.
Dommage.
Paperwork. I'm not taking this. Workers leaving the Lumière factory in Lyon. has been out of commission ever since I have used it to store my highly flammable treasures. A trip to the moon. Such a mess. These contracts are worthless now.
Ok.
Oh, look. I shouldn't forget this lovely item. There's even some film still left inside. Maybe I can take a picture with it.
Donc c'était ça le cinéma, d'accord.
One last shot. What will I photograph?
Je peux pas ouvrir. Ok.
Wonderful. I'll develop the image once I've set up my laboratory somewhere. A chest full of junk. I'll leave it here. My lucky shoes. Old shoes are always the most comfortable to wear, though they could do with some new soles.
Tout le monde a les marques, l'immigration. Les voisins adorent mon appartement.
If it doesn't all fit in the suitcase, then I ought to rearrange things.
Ok.
However, I can also gather everything up first and then see what fits.
Montre à
All right,
gousset,
what's
journal.
next?
Passeport. Montre à gousset.
Married Life by David Vogel. A writer falls for a femme fatale. The whole story takes place in Vienna, Austria. Very nice, but not essential. The first movies were documentaries. The Lumiere brothers, of course, the Skladanovskys, William Dixon. For me, though, there's one person who changed everything. Georges Méliès. He was the first person who understood the power of film. He told stories and transported us to another world. I was able to save the projector from the fire. I'd always hoped to repair it someday, that I could maybe make a fresh start. But some things just cannot be fixed, I guess. I'd always hoped to repair it someday, that I could maybe make a fresh start. But some things just cannot be
Tu vas avoir
fixed,
du mal
I
à
guess.
l'emmener dans ta voiture. Je vais voir là-bas.
A living room, a workshop, and a study. A lone wolf's apartment. That has never bothered me. I like being alone. The Road Back by Erich Maria Remarque. Soldiers tried to return home after the Great War. Luckily, I was already so old back then that I was spared any of that. The book was The Telephone? Who could it be? My insurance document. I certainly won't be a fake button, just like in the adventure novels. A kleintje Trick voor een ouden kakker. Ah, there it is. My passport. Yes. And the contracts and folder for the Minerva Lichtspiele. I still remember the day when I first held them in my hands.
Ah, c'est le contrat quand il l'a acheté le cinéma. Enfin, je peux faire ce que je veux ici. Et c'est ainsi que l'ancien théâtre devient un cinéma des temps modernes. Ok.
If it doesn't all fit in the suitcase, then I ought to rearrange things. However, I can also gather everything up first and then see what fits.
Il me manque
Done.
la montre à gousset et le journal.
Not much is left on my list.
C'est ça le journal, non? Non.
When I moved in here, having a telephone was something quite special. Whoever moves in after me will certainly be happy to have it. Bills, bills, bills. I settled them a while ago. Ariane, a Russian girl, by Claude Annie. The adventurous Ariane leads a wild life beyond virtue. Men fall at her feet. She meets Constantine, and both of them try to stop falling in love with each other. Unsuccessfully, I can say that much. I always said to Esther that romance novels keep me young. But this has to stay here. A young writer sent me this screenplay. I liked him, but the script was, well, never mind. It is terrible, but his passion for writing impressed me. Plutonia, by Vladimir Obruchev. I love Russian adventure novels. Hopefully, I'll also find some in France. Nobody needs this paper anymore. Leaving the accounts behind won't be too difficult a decision.
Ok.
Documents upon documents that I no longer need. A tidy desk is a desk that isn't being worked at. My 1932 tax return. For once, something I won't miss.
Ah, en vrai.
My 1932 tax return. For once, something I won't miss.
Je peux fermer lui.
This is the first movie by the Lumières, so I should keep it safe. Though honestly, this movie reel didn't sweep me off my feet. Lots of things have accumulated here too.
Ok. Ça, j'ai déjà ouvert.
The city dwellers cannot see the horizon, just the next row of houses. If I had been able to look further, I probably would have left years ago. Man plans. God laughs. Amos.
Donc il me manque la montre gousset. Mais je vois pas où elle peut être. J'ai fait tous les tiroirs, non?
Not again. I should hurry. This table was already in the apartment when I moved in. It will also remain here after I leave. A little glass of wine here after the last screening. Something I held sacred. The end of a good day. A little glass of wine here after the last screening. Something I held sacred. The end of a good day. Oh, Joseph, you're not getting any younger. I think I'll manage without this stuff. The kitchen was always my favorite room, especially in the mornings when the light would shine in almost magically for a few minutes. It was the perfect environment for writing a few words in my journal. The last letters from Jakob and Elsa. Without them, things just aren't the same here. The supplies will spoil. I cannot take them with me. The ice in the fridge will quickly melt. Der Luftpirat und sein lenkbares Luftschiff. Captain Morse battles with his airship Meteor against one new villain after another. How I love these stories. A shame the series was discontinued in 1912. The good old wood-burning stove. Freshly roasted coffee never tasted as good as it did here. I don't have any idea what these keys unlock, but you don't throw keys away, so I've collected them here. This is not the right key. The key fits. My old journal. I stopped writing in it after this entry. The most painful day of my life.
Au secours, à l'aide, pourquoi personne ne vient à mon secours? Ah mais... Je n'ai pas d'autre choix que de partir. Ok, il y a le journal.
If it doesn't all fit in the suitcase, then I ought to rearrange things. However, I can also gather everything up first and then see what fits. Just a few items left. Esther, that must be her. Hopefully no one noticed.
Il me reste la montre à gousset.
I'll be down soon, Esther. Give me a few more minutes. Where did all these useless things come from? I think I'll manage without this stuff. I haven't looked in here in a while. Doesn't seem important. I won't need these bits and pieces. Some of my Jewish friends only drink bottled water because they believe their water is being poisoned. But I think that's poppycock. We aren't that far along, I hope. I I will leave everything as it is. Whoever comes after me will be able to use them.
Bah, j'avoue que la montre à gousset, je sais pas.
There's something funny about that clock. I'm still missing my pocket watch. I believe it's in my workshop.
Dans mon atelier.
The Great Train Robbery by Edwin S. Porter. I love imported movies from America. 11 minutes of pure excitement. My pocket watch. I believe it's in the safe in the workshop. Die große Wette. This fantastic movie plays out in the distant future, the year 2000. It features the great Harry Peel as the Electric Man. What will the world look like in the year 2000?
Faut vérifier les angles morts à chaque fois.
I will always remember the combination, 1st of December 1895. That was the day of the first movie screening in Berlin, in Wintergarten. So 1 clockwise, and then 12 counterclockwise. I actually just wanted to impress a girl. Elsa or Maria. She never turned up though, and I ended up sitting alone. Then 18 clockwise? It may have had an unhappy backstory. And then 95 counterclockwise? But the evening will always remain in my memory. Grandfather's pocket watch. The watch stopped on the morning of Black Thursday. It was truly a crazy coincidence. The coil spring snapped, but it can surely be repaired again.
Crage boursier, Saint-Germain. Aller au cinéma avec pas une réponse. Ah oui, c'est là qu'on a vu qu'il mettait tout dans son coffre. Il prenait n'importe quel paiement. Ils nous ont blâmés. Ok, maintenant il faut qu'on joue à Tetris. Quoi?
Oh,
De petits bâtards, va.
they're after me. I have to get out of here now. I shouldn't bring this. It takes up far too much space. Or maybe I should? No, that would be absurd.
Ah, je peux pas superposer les trucs. Ah, j'ai du temps? Oh non! Je veux recommencer! Laissez-moi! Oui? Ah, ça fait bugger le jeu carrément. Ça a fait bugger le jeu. Bim. Voilà. Quoi? Je suis retournée là? Non. Reprendre.
bottom, just like in the adventure novels. A klein Trick für einen alten Kacker.
Ah ouais, ok, bon bah, tant pis. Ah, je pouvais pas... Ah, je suis deg. On se barre, hein.
Let's go, quickly.
Mr. Liebermann, Sturmabteilung, Auxiliary Police. Your neighbor has complained about the constant disturbance of the peace. Open the door.
I can't get around them. It's a trap. I must take the back exit.
Mr. Liebermann.
Je tourne en
I
rond.
can hear you, Mr. Liebermann. Open the door. Otherwise we will force our in.
On n'a pas pris nos affaires. Je suis trop triste. C'est ramassé pour rien.
Quick, let's get out of here. Move faster, Joseph, before they break the door down.
Mais frérot, t'as installé 47 000 verrous.
That's that. Goodbye, my old apartment.
Oh, je suis dégoûtée de pas avoir pu prendre toutes mes affaires. J'avais pas vu qu'il y avait du temps. D'où l'importance de les placer. Back to 2020.
Did Joseph make it in the end?
Joseph made it. He traveled all the way to Paris with Esther. He then later migrated to the United States on the trail of Hollywood movie stars.
There wasn't so much space in the suitcase anyway. Too bad he didn't have a bigger one. Thankfully, those times are over.
Ouais, c'est la photo que j'ai prise. Putain, c'est trop stylé.
I need to get back to work.
Look here, Dad. Dad? Wow, that must have belonged to Bismarck the bird. Or the great-great-great-grandchild of Bismarck the bird.
Oula. On aurait peut-être pas dû se retourner.
It played for me. It played for Dad.
Bim. Chacun la même assiette. Ah merde. Une tranche de fromage. Chacun. C'est très important. Bim. Ah, il y en a un, il a les tomates et l'autre les concombres. Ah d'accord. Qu'est-ce que c'est que cette merde? C'est pas très...
I'll take care of the food. I'll take care of the food.
Bon, tu vas emmener l'assiette. Il a fini la salle de bain déjà. Trop fort.
Look how quickly you can get from one room to another now. This is a really nice room too, Dad.
Hmm.
Surprise! One Daddy special coming up.
But you meant well.
For you.
Thank you.
All of that has to go now. There's something there, but I can't get to it. What is that? What is that funny thing?
That's an old typewriter. That's how people used to write. Give it a go.
Trop cool.
But
Ceux
it's
qui ont
not
déjà essayé
even
une machine à
plugged
écrire,
in.
c'est incroyable.
Does it have a battery?
It works without electricity. A little like stamping.
Appuie sur une touche.
Can I write a story with it?
You can use it to write anything.
Maybe an adventure, a true legend. You know, before, you used to make up a story for me every night.
Yeah, to help you fall asleep. But that got a bit exhausting for me after a while.
Can we do that again? Every night? Please, please.
You come up with something. You're already in the second grade.
Okay. So, this typewriter once belonged to a great author. No, an astronaut.
Maybe both can be true.
« 1867, interférence.
You know
Femme
what,
en
Antonia?
orbite.
This looks pretty good so far. Well, for the 5th draft. If I could just keep my eyes open for another hour or two. Maybe then I'd manage to rewrite the beginning again. Especially with all those wonderful suggestions from up on high. No time like the present. The cosmonaut was ready to set forth into an unknown world. As her crew was stuck on the surface of the moon, she had no option but to pilot her ship.
Le fait que je tape sur mon clavier et que ça tape, ça me fume. J'aime trop.
I should probably decide on a name for that spaceship.
Le croiseur spatial météore, les adresses.
The space cruiser Meteor, to her destination on her own. It carried her farther and farther away from the sun and so far away from the blue planet. I'll leave it like that for now. I can always change it later if I need to. In the 6th or 16th pass. She was ready to lead humanity into a new era. Her destination was
Saturne ou Jupiter.
the planet Jupiter, the largest and most massive of the known planets, the king of the gods. Jupiter had always drawn people's eyes towards the sky. The signal that originated from there had been puzzling humanity for 6 years. She looked at the photograph in her hand. It was the last group photo of the crew, taken on Earth before the blast-off. There's still 2 possibilities for the backstory. Both would work, but what would the publishing authority prefer? She felt as if an eternity had passed, with tears in her eyes. She remembered the unfortunate fate of
Du contre-amiral Gibson, nous applique l'ingénieur en chef.
Chief Engineer Liu Yaping, whose body was saturated with deadly radiation as she aligned the forward shield. She would see this mission through to its end, if not for the people of Earth, then for the comrades who had been forced to stay behind. Phew, it's a lot of repetition. I'm sure some readers will be grateful for the summary. A quick break might be in order.
Ok.
Sometimes I wish I never signed this contract. Mom was always so proud of Dad's achievements. I always wondered whether she even really liked his books. The Russian authors have got the hang of it. My first book, Change, is almost 5 years old. Although, Standstill would have been more appropriate after the publishing authority had gone through it. But it was an achievement to have published anything. If I hadn't bumped into the physics students in the library, the whole story would be a sloppy mess. It's such a shame that the night sky in the city is always so bright. Why do I have all these old tombs from the great Karl G. Zelensky laying around? I'm quite proud of the story structure. The plot is relatively complex, and it's still accessible. Did I really smoke them all? Huh? What? Stay calm. You're just a bit tired.
Warning, warning. Pilot to the bridge. Interstellar objects in close range.
The first female cosmonaut in space. Excellent inspiration for my story.
Ok, j'ai confumé. Quoi? Eh ben on va tous mourir.
Let's see. What happened? The cosmonaut had almost left the asteroid belt. The last few rocks streaked past dangerously close to the ship. She had to take action.
Computer, full power to the maneuvering thrusters.
Confirmed. Redirecting power to the maneuvering thrusters.
I wonder if something like this might be possible someday. It's certainly conceivable. But the navigation computer was at risk of overloading. There was no time to lose.
Vu que j'utilise le pistolet laser, donc je peux pas le faire.
Computer, overload the thrusters for the tectonic impulse wave.
It was an old trick she'd learned at the academy that would now be put into practice. At the farthest edge of the asteroid field, the cosmonaut saw her long-awaited destination. The planet Jupiter was in sight. Come on. A little more detail will bring this scene to life. The view was breathtaking. Revealed before her was a pristine, brightly shining
Rouge ou bleu? Oula.
scarlet red orb, pulsing like life itself. The view reminded her of the maple tree in her dad's garden in the fall. The longer she gazed, the more it seemed that someone, or something, was gazing back at her. Oh, that's getting a bit over the top now. I'll have to go over it again later. The surface of the planet was turbulent and agitated. Its atmosphere was being torn apart by storms. I hope my readers will be able to imagine any of that. And now, an exciting lead into the next chapter to keep my readers hooked.
Se prépara à atterrir le plus moment que sur les fréquences d'appel.
Computer, prepare to land. Let's take a closer look at this new world.
Course calculated. Landing initiated.
The communication model emitted a signal.
What's that? Where's that coming from? It sounds like someone's trying to make contact. This is a space cruiser meteor heading to the planet Jupiter. To whom am I speaking? Come in.
This is Bulo. I hope I'm not
Back to
disturbing your work too much.
reality.
Yes, Comrade Bulo. Hello. I was actually just about to take a break. Oh, the new revision is almost complete.
Ah, yes, exactly. About your novel, hang on. The one called...
Yes, I'll go through it slowly so you can write it down. Strange signals from the planet Jupiter.
Yes, exactly. Of course, that's the name. Yeah, it's a powerful title. So about the new draft. I've just come out of a meeting with the publishing authority.
Yes?
Unfortunately, there are still one or two issues. You know what they're like. It's nothing personal.
Yeah, I know.
First of all, regarding the main character and the idea of a female cosmonaut.
T'as quoi contre les femmes,
Think
connard?
about character leads like Yuri Gagarin. People just relate more to male protagonists.
Well, I think...
And then we're a little
Sexist stuff?
uncertain about whether landing on an alien planet might not just be altogether reckless. After all, the crew doesn't know anything
dans les
about
années
the
2000,
political
ça marche super
positions
bien.
of the inhabitants. Imagine suddenly finding yourself in the parka of the aliens. Unthinkable.
But it all revolves around that. That's the core of the entire story. And the book is almost finished now.
It will only be finished once the approval procedure's complete. Zelensky, you have to deliver now.
Yes.
Bah, je vais pas
Maybe
changer
you could
l'histoire.
contact your father, Carl.
Because he did everything you told him to, but the book is almost finished.
Excuse me? Miss Zelensky?
That's fine, Comrade Bulo. I'll take care of it without my father. What a disaster. They want me to change everything. How am I even supposed to manage that? I have to pull myself together now, or else everything will blow up in my face.
Attention, flood fluctuation in the fabric of space-time. Danger. Danger.
Back to the bridge.
Oui.
The space cruiser Meteor had run into massive turbulence. It almost seemed like the fabric that made up interplanetary space was being torn apart. The changes are tearing everything apart. They want me to ask for Dad's input because he always did what they said, but we'll get there. Broken. No chance. Nothing's working anymore. All the systems had failed. Even the controls were unresponsive to the cosmonauts' inputs. She had to find and open the maintenance hatch.
La trappe de maintenance. Je peux re-rentrer ici.
Nothing's working anymore. No chance. Broken. Broken. The maintenance hatch. What a mess. Right. Stay calm. We can do it.
Oh, c'est trop stylé le
What did
parallèle.
Willow say? No female protagonist. Contact is too dangerous. Where do I start? What if I just changed? If I
L'origine du
change
signal.
the type of signal and how it's received on Earth in Chapter 12, maybe the publishing authority will see that this is the ideal image of socialist species. But if I change that, it will obviously impact everything that happens later. Oh geez, the simplest chain reaction. A cascade, a butterfly effect. Maybe it would be better to go to Chapter 5 and change the focus here. I was never keen on the orbiting of the moon anyway. The crew instead had problems with...
Un casino sur la Lune, des pirates de l'espace. Un casino,
The
évidemment.
crew could find an interplanetary space casino. That would obviously be
Tout le
run
monde
by
aime les
Westerners.
casinos.
They steal money from our heroes, and that would also give me an explanation for the lack of fuel. Will that help though? The core of the story is supposed to be about something completely different. Come on, Antonia. Let your imagination run wild again. What if we spice up the story with real science fiction elements like...
Un laboratoire sous-marin, un voyage dans le temps. Un
The
voyage dans le
end
temps.
just doesn't take place.
Voyage
It
dans le temps,
has
c'est
taken
sûr à
place
100%.
and will take place again. There are multiple dimensions at different points in time, and everything is happening at the same time. And then again, at the same time it doesn't. It's only getting more complicated. Don't let it drive you crazy, Antonia. Concentrate on the core of the story. The core. It needs to be something even more powerful. Everything is possible. There are no limits. The greatest threat to the crew is...
Une ligue de dauphins intelligents, un trou noir. Mais la
It
ligue des
turns
dauphins.
out that the Earth is being ruled by a secret league of fascist dolphins as the result of a manipulated timeline. And they are in constant struggle with the existence of the collective swarm intelligence of subjugated laboratory mice. There, I wouldn't need to explain much more than that. That would solve almost all my problems. Oh no. But then, is that still the core of my story? I think I've almost cracked this nut. I have to go further. Another stroke of genius.
Elle a confumé. Des vampires de Vénus? Et si le vaisseau spatial était en fait du fromage, était fait de fromage?
The hull of the spaceship consisted of an alloy made up of Parmigiano Reggiano and that nasty processed cheese, due to its eternal shelf life. In summary, the mice have decided to enter into a fateful battle against the dolphins and have shared their unique technology with humanity. That makes total sense. That's it. Just brilliant. I think this idea is now complete garbage. I'm officially at the end of my rope. I'm breaking more than I'm fixing at the moment. What would Dad do now? I want to tell a story in which people surpass their own abilities. That's the core of the story. I need to keep a cool head and think. Coffee. Yes, I need coffee. My last chance. Do I even have any left?
Faut arrêter, madame, il y en a jusqu'au plafond.
What have I done?
Ah, je peux pas ouvrir ici.
Who designed these endless hallways? It's such a waste of material. I can't get Bulo's comments out of my head.
Oula.
There were originally 7 of us. This was never intended to be a solo mission. We didn't have a xenolinguist on board for nothing after all. If we really do happen to come across any alien life, I'm sure Professor Palemba will be very annoyed about the missed opportunity. Marta would definitely know what to do. It certainly won't get any easier without a doctor and a cook on board.
Okay.
Liu saved us all. For that reason alone, I have to see this mission through to its end. Heike Jung, the pilot. That's me.
Miss Zelinsky, this is Bulo. The publishing authority still has a few questions regarding the commander.
Oh, mais on t'emmerde, connard, publie notre bouquin et puis c'est tout.
You see, the Commodore is a capitalist Westerner, an American even. That's obviously an issue.
Gibson? Yeah, but he moved to Berlin with his parents as a child.
We know, but it's too confusing. Make it neater. Wouldn't it be better if he had grown up in a socialist sister country?
But don't you think that?
A socialist sister country. Come on, Zelinsky, you're an author. Just pick one. Can't be that hard.
Of course, the Commodore could be a citizen of the GDR.
No?
The Commodore grew up in Brandenburg in a family of agricultural workers.
Wonderful, and excellent suggestion.
And instead of hamburgers, he loves Spreewaldgurken. How exciting.
Just like always, well, I could care less. Coffee. I wanted to grab coffee. It'll clear my head.
Je peux aller par là?
Hello, this is Bulo. You're sure on the phone a lot when you should be writing. Ecology,
Sorry?
Je t'emmerde, petite merde.
Ecology is a contemporary topic, and we think it would work really well for our, your story. Clean air is really wonderful. The publishing authority agrees. Do you think we can squeeze that in?
Air? Of course. Actually, there is simply no air to breathe on board the ship, hence the spacesuits.
I want to go over this topic again later. Have you spoken to your father yet?
Well, we agreed that I would work it out myself, didn't we?
Oh yes, apologies. My mistake. So, fresh air, yes, right, it is.
Impossible. Oh, whatever. It's illogical anyway, but maybe the ship could just have...
Yeah.
The constant fresh air on board reminded the cosmonaut of her faintly remembered walks through the forest around Berlin. Oh, it's just complete nonsense. That looks really inviting. How comfortable. I could lie down, just for a second. Bula will never find me here. Bula will never find me here.
J'ai pas demi-tour. Dommage.
Hulu again. About the spacesuits. The way you describe them is just... I can't get the image of the suits from those silly American films out of my head.
Excuse me, what?
It would be bad if other readers also think of an American. I mean, in terms of appearance. Because of the spacesuit. We have to do something to help them there. I mean, you, as the author, have to do something. Look, the suit that Yuri Gagarin wore, that had a special... something. What's it called again?
Aesthetic?
Yes, exactly. Aesthetic. Very apt. Goodbye.
It's like being in a madhouse. I think I'm beginning to understand how Dad must have felt.
The cosmonaut wore her comfortable SK-6 spacesuit, the bright orange of the outer material manufactured by tireless workers' hands. Gave her a sense of safety and security. It reminded her of home. A good feeling. Even a plant-based air filtration system won't be of any help. How is anyone supposed to form a clear thought when they're constantly being interrupted? My beautiful SK-6 has a long and rich history. It's a good thing that Bulu and I were able to clarify this. The spacesuits can stay.
Donc là, je peux pas aller par là.
Bulu again, Miss Zelinsky, I forgot to mention something. In Chapter 9, there's reference to the ship being armed with these nuclear warheads.
That's right, they're used in Chapter 12 and...
We know. Only do you not think that these days, I mean, just the word nuclear triggers some pretty strong feelings? I once had a similar discussion with your father.
Yes, and in the future, these once deadly weapons are used peacefully and demonstrate how humanity as a whole has evolved. It's important, Bulu. Bulu? Are you still there?
Cut the nuclear weapons. or the publishing authority will cut your book.
It is so frustrating when you know what's... Despite sufficient capacity, the ship obviously did not carry any nuclear warheads.
Mais du coup, c'est plus mon histoire. C'est leur histoire à eux. Ils l'écrivent, leur bouquin de merde.
Unending ease and the cheerful spirit of socialism. All of these changes are a nightmare. I have to focus and keep the core of my message. I need a break. And then I'll start a respectable career, I think. Finally! The coffee room. We often sat here together with the crew and just had fun.
Oula.
There it is. My coffee. Black and delicious. Just what I needed. Lots of blinking displays. Most of them. A little boost of energy was exactly what I needed. Back to work. Bulu and the publishing authority are a disaster, but I'm not giving up yet. The core of the story is damaged, but it's still there. Nothing has been in vain, as long as I keep the core of my message.
Miss Linsky, I have good news. The publishing authority has suggested that we get your father in on the project.
Sorry?
Your father is an accredited author. The publishing authority trusts him. He could help us. He could especially help you.
Bulo, you can't do that.
All I'm saying is the publishing authority's patience has its limits. They can still reject the book. And if I'm being honest, the decision's already been made. The manuscript is already with your father.
Excuse me? What?
I know it isn't easy, but I'm sure that this is the right path forward now.
Oh, of course.
Faut les faire foutre.
Fantastic. We're in agreement then.
Bulo. You need to calm down first, Tony. I'm sure I can persuade Dad to keep his hands off it.
Non, je peux plus
Then
boire
they'll
de
make me
café.
write loop after loop until nothing is left of the core at all. If the core of the story is really this important to me, then Dad can put his name on the book, and maybe it will get through that way. But then, what about me?
Ouais, mais non. On peut pas les laisser faire ça. C'est impossible. Désolée, faut les se faire foutre. Pourquoi la sensi a changé?
I can't get to the core from here. These so-called improvements to the text have completely destabilized the core. I have to intervene before it all blows up in our faces. I'm not actually trained to mess about with the core at all. If I had just left my chief engineer in the story, instead of sacrificing her to align the forward shield, she always had her optronic coupler with her. Let's see.
Mr. Linsky, we have to talk about the technology on board the ship again. We think the designations for some of the tools are a little too elevated. Factory workers, farmers, they shouldn't feel excluded as readers.
But we're talking about a spaceship here, not a trabant.
We don't think that the main character necessarily has to have an academic background, right?
Wow.
Understood. What if instead they were... a simple farmer from the countryside?
Someone from industry would be even better. A simple worker, for example.
What a great idea.
Wonderful. Goodbye.
Après, il peut l'écrire lui-même le bouquin. Hein. Parce qu'il a l'air d'avoir de meilleures idées que nous. Hein. Avec les points.
Fortunately, the cosmonaut had spent much of her life working with her own hands.
Et bim!
She had to redirect the energy to stabilize the core. There were 2 switches behind the hatch. One of the main systems had to be deactivated. She could choose between the life support system and the lighting. The Covenant didn't waste much time choosing.
Éteins les lumières.
And decided that switching off the lights would be the best time to redirect energy to the core. Thankfully, I know the engine room like the back of my hand. It looked to her like the core might be calming. That should be enough to stabilize the core for now, but it won't hold forever. I need to find a solution so that I can safely complete the mission.
Warning. Core status critical.
Ah, il va falloir éteindre.
Damn it!
Recommending emergency activation of the KARL repair unit.
Activate the KARL repair unit? Please don't.
Ah, je peux bouger? J'avais pas compris.
I know Bulo wants me to ask Dad for help, but I have to do it myself. Activating KARL would mean admitting failure. Everyone says I'm lucky to be the daughter of such a famous author. It's just that the author in question is a stooge of the system. I will lose my shit if this telephone rings again. Comrade Bulo, please let me work.
Tony, hello, it's me, Dad. I wanted to see how you're doing with all the chaos.
Dad, this is a really bad time to call.
Wait, I just wanted to ask one thing. Was it your idea to send me the manuscript, or was it Bulo's?
Honestly, it was Bulo's idea.
That's what I thought. Bulo, you dog.
Dad, listen. I have to do this myself. This has to be something meaningful. And even if I'm not sure how right now, I have to do this on my own.
I've read it. What you wrote. The manuscript. It's really good.
Sorry?
It has so much to say about us. About everything. It has a true core. But they'll never let it through with your name on it. You know that. That's why you're out of time.
The core is already severely damaged. It risks destroying the entire ship.
But how are we going to complete the mission without the core?
What do you think is the most important thing about this mission? You will have to make a decision.
I want to send a message to the world. I have to protect the core.
That's what makes you different from me. Where I caved, you stood strong. I'm proud of you. That means you'll need my help. I'll save the core for you. But you will not witness the end of the mission. All of this, nobody will be able to take it away from you. You will change something.
The wrong console. I need to get to the other side.
It contains everything that was important to me. anchoring has been released. The core is now free.
I'm sorry. Believe me. I understand what this means to you.
I know what I have to do.
The cosmonaut.
Let it go.
No. No, Dad.
You were doomed from the start. It is always the same.
I won't give up the core. Our mission is pointless without it. The core isn't the problem. It's me.
Tony, what are you doing?
We need another pilot. Someone who can guide the ship to its destination. Someone with experience. Someone popular and unsuspicious. Someone they might leave in peace.
You mean?
You.
That is not right. It's your mission.
Dad, this is how it has to be. We'll write your name on the book, and maybe you can get everything through somehow.
Your name will be erased. No one will know you were connected with it in any way.
I know. And that's exactly the point. It's the only way.
Antonia.
I once told you that your books were garbage. I'm sorry. I understand now. Your books, your success, how things were for you. Dad, I'm sorry. You can finish it, Dad. I know you have it in you. You always had the one talent that I lack. The talent to survive. And together, we'll achieve something that we would have probably never managed alone. Maybe we'll manage to really change something.
Retour en 2020.
When you make up a story, you're always taking on a bit of a person you're telling the story about. This is really how it is.
The novel, Strange Signals from the Planet Jupiter, was published the same year. Written by her dad, Carl. At least that's what people thought. Tony saved the core of the story, but no one knew that she was the one who came up with it all.
And do you think she wrote a new book afterward?
No, probably not. It was all too much for her. But here's the thing. Instead of writing books, Antonia helped bring down the wall. She was one of the first people to climb over it.
Exactly. Without Antonia, Kolja and Lou would have had to carry on throwing paper planes over the wall.
I like to put the necklace in the box.
That looks great.
For Tony.
The freedom fighter.
I made this necklace using the keys from Antonia's old typewriter.
Ah, j'ai mis les clés et les trucs que j'ai trouvés.
That's the last photo Yusuf took here. And a feather from Bismarck, the bird.
Ça, c'est D pour Dina, dit Juliet. On peut pas par... Ah non, oui, 1933, 45, on peut pas les remettre dans l'ordre. Ça me trigger un peu. Est-ce qu'il y a des trucs à faire avec... J'avoue que je sais pas trop. Ou c'est juste la fin du jeu. Ça c'est 3 ou 4. C'est 5. La physique du jeu est bien faite quand même. La clé, je comprends pas la clé. Parce que si je fais ça...
paper plane.
Ça va me réafficher... Ouais, voilà, je vais le refaire.
Here, a bit more water on your roots, Fridolin. But don't drink it all at once.
What a wonderful collection. An entire century in one box. I'd like to keep it now.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Come on, I'll show you something. I found the perfect hidey hole.
On va la mettre là, la boîte?
It fits perfectly.
Wait. I have an idea. We should hide something of our own here in the apartment too.
Évidemment. Mais qu'est-ce qu'on cache?
Oh yeah! Do you mean someone will find my wall drawings eventually?
Definitely. Shall we?
I'm starving.
What do you want to eat?
J'ai pas mangé mon sandwich. Hein.
Ice cream?
A
Glace.
scoop of ice cream isn't real food.
Two then?
That's not what I meant. And where did you see an ice cream parlor around here?
An ice cream from a store would be okay too.
Nah, a scoop of ice cream from an ice cream parlor would be better.
Alright then, you've convinced me.
And you'll be getting broccoli flavor.
That's not funny, Dad.
Have you forgotten anything?
If you were an ice cream, what flavor would you be?
I'd be stracciatella.
Why that one?
Because at the first glance, I look classic and relaxed, and then bang, lots of little surprises.
So you're boring with a bit of fun?
I'm reliable but not predictable.
Tu es chiant mais avec un peu de fun.
Hey, don't ruin the surprise.
But that's such a typical dad flavor.
And what are you?
Smurf ice cream with colorful sprinkles and cookie dough.
Chaotic, loud, and sweet as sugar.
And no one knows what's in it.
Chaotique.
A mystery then, just like me.
Et ben c'était très pipou
Are we
comme
gonna
game.
renovate another apartment again soon?
I thought you wanted to go back to school soon.
But school's boring.
Je pense que ma partie préférée, c'est quand même la partie de 1933. Qui est très cool, je trouve. Parce que moi, c'est une époque que j'aime bien, d'histoire. Donc là, on a changé de vue et on est sur la vue de 1967, enfin le truc de l'astronaute. Et bien c'était très cute. C'était très 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 cute. Et le jeu était sous-titré en français, ce qui est en soi vraiment pas mal. Par contre, la sensi, elle a totalement changé pendant qu'on était sur ce monde-là. Bref, je vais vous laisser et la prochaine fois qu'on se retrouve, je pense qu'on commencera Expédition 33. Voilà, le GOTY. Le GOTY. Je vous laisse, je vous dis à la prochaine. Des bisous, bye bye.